And we're live. Hey guys, it's Sam Morton.
And Jack Gilbert from TechFusions here. Hope you're all well. If you're in the chat, come and say hi. We won't start for a few minutes yet, so it'd be great to see who's here and just how we're all doing. We're going to be talking about lots of retro gaming today, so lots of exciting things. And we'll be asking what you guys think throughout the live stream as well.
We already got Casti saying hey Casti, hope you enjoyed the live stream. We're going to be talking everything retro gaming, so hope you enjoy. We've got a special guest on the show today. We've got a good friend Charlie who loves gaming, so it should be a great episode.
He does. Charlie knows his stuff as well, so he's probably inspired both of us in terms of our gaming as we've been growing up.
So we're going to add Charlie into the live stream now. So we'll say hi to Charlie.
Hello. All right, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming, Charlie. How are we doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
Yeah, so we'll just wait a couple of minutes for people to join chat. We've got a couple of people joining. We've got Karen. She said hi. Hi, Karen. Hope you're well.
Hi, Karen.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. As we said, we're going to be talking about everything retro gaming today. So we've all got our own personal gaming experiences and games that we growed up with. So we want to share our personal games with you and see if you enjoyed playing them as well. So we'll just wait another minute, see if anyone else joins. If you're in the chat, make sure you say hi. Say hello, and enjoy the stream.
Cassidy said hey to Charlie.
All right, Cass. I haven't seen you in ages.
Yeah, it's been a while because of all this lockdown.
Yeah.
It's good that we can still interact and do our videos across from here. So I think we should just jump straight into it now. So I've set a few questions for the guys. So I'm going to put the question up on screen and then we're going to take in turns to answer it. So it's all retro gaming based. So the first question is, first game you ever played. So what's your first memory of playing a game? What was the first game you played?
Okay,
so go to Jack.
Okay, so my first one actually goes all the way back to the PlayStation 1 when I must have been about 5 or 6. Now, I remember having to play it when I went to a childminders or something when I was quite young and ended up just playing it and loved the game so much. So this game here is called Spyro. It's the second one. I don't know why. It's the first game I played. And then even when I went to play the first one, I still ended up preferring the second one. It's the only game probably to this date I've actually completed and played the whole way through. It's an amazing game. So if anyone has played Spyro before, let us know. It is a fantastic game. It's about a dragon completing all these different missions. So I think in this game, there were 3 main people you had to beat. One of them was called Ripto, the other guy was called Crush. I can't remember the other guy. But anyway, you had to also collect these gems and you had this guidebook which you had to do and basically just complete these different missions and tasks and collect the different gems. Did any of you guys play Spyro at all?
Yeah, Spyro was a great game. I only was able to rent it out though. It's one of those games where I would get from Blockbuster, have it for like the weekend and try and play through, but I would never have enough time to be able to complete it.
Oh, see, I actually owned the first Spyro, so I absolutely loved that game. It's great, and I've got some great memories of playing Spyro. It's just good fun game. You're a dragon in the first one. You had to collect the gems, and then you had to free up the other dragons that was frozen in stone, if I remember correctly. But it's pretty funny. You can fly, you can breathe fire. You're a little dragon, you can knock enemies down. So if you remember playing this game, let us know in the comments. It's great fun. I really enjoyed playing this game, and I believe they got a remastered version on the PS4. So
yeah, that's come out recently.
Yeah, definitely want to play that. We got a new comment from Bethany. Hi, boys. Looking forward to hear about some old games. Thanks, Bethany. If there's any old games you like, let us know in the comments down below and we can feature it on this live stream.
Cool. Shall I get on to my one?
So Karen said love Spyro and had 3 or 4 of them. So again, it was a great game. Spyro was lots of fun. And it does remind you of the PS1, I think. And I think it's amazing that you can now play it on the PS4. I didn't know that. But so many great things with that game.
Oh, we got changed the words too. So, hey guys. Hey, hope you're enjoying the live stream. Let us know any retro games which pop up on screen that you may have played and your experience of them. Would love to hear your stories. So I think we're going to move on to Charlie now. So Charlie, what's the first game you ever played? If you share it on screen with us now, we'll be able to pop it up and you'll be able to discuss it.
Okay, so I don't think anyone's going to remember this one. So it's called Cooler World. So this game was like it was one of the first games that came out on PlayStation 1. I think it's either the first or it was around one of the first ones. But all it was just like you were a beach ball and you had to. It's just a puzzle game, and this is literally like the oldest game that I can remember ever playing, because when I was about 4 or 5, my sister got a PlayStation 1. And she didn't really have any games for it other than like a demo disc, and this was like the main game that she played on there, because like all the other demos were quite short, but they actually gave you quite a bit of stuff you could do on the demo for this game, and it's actually quite a fun game. I played through on an emulator to like retest it, just like have a go on it and stuff. But yeah, it's a great game. Like it's held up to time, I can tell you that.
Yeah, see, I've never heard of this game. So what did you have to do on this game, Charlie?
So it was like you're like on these blocks of like concrete slabs here, and you would have to like move into steps and rotate around, and it was like just like a weird 3D platformer. It's quite hard to describe without having any image. I don't know. Let me see. I've got an image here actually. Yeah, like this.
Oh wow, okay. So yeah, I kind of recognize it. I had a comment from my brother saying, I remember this. I think we had the McDonald's demo, and looking at this, yeah, it does look familiar. It has jogged my memory a bit. So has anyone else played this? Let us know in the comments as well.
Maybe that's what my sister had.
Yeah, I've never heard of this one. Got a comment from Bethany Dover. I think my first game was Mortal Kombat. Wish I still had it. Yeah, Mortal Kombat is a great game. Quite brutal. Don't know how young you were when you played that, but yeah, it was like a more brutal version of Tekken. Does anyone else remember Mortal Kombat?
Oh, that's a good game.
That is a good game. I think even looking back at some of these games just remind you of such great times, and although games are great now, you know, it's so interesting looking back at when we were so young and just how great these games were for the time.
Right, so I'm going to show my first game I ever played, and it was actually Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega. So it's a bit older than your two consoles on the PS1. So my first game was Sonic, and the way I got to play this was my mum actually had a Sega Mega Drive, and she used to play Sonic a lot, and she used to leave the console on when she went to work if she was stuck on a level, because if you turn the power off, you would have to start all over again, and it's such a pain. So Sonic the Hedgehog, great game, very iconic. The movie just came out a few months ago. Well, yeah, 4 or 5 months ago now. But yeah, everyone knows Sonic. If you played Sonic and love Sonic, let us know in the chat. I love this game, and I've got a couple of photos to show you here of gameplay, so we can have a quick look at that. Let's have a look. Here we go. So there's the first zone, Green Hills Zone Act 1. This is very iconic. It's just the music, collecting the rings, the speeding through the map as fast as you can. You got Dr. Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik, as he was originally called. And yeah, you got to collect these rings. hit him, and it's just a fun game. Guys, what's your experience with Sonic?
Definitely one of the most like nostalgic and best games ever made, I would say. Like it's even playing it now, it's like even for new people, like say you've got like a 6-year-old, they want to play a new game, they would love this kind of thing. It's probably a bit hard, like the games kids play nowadays is they're not really level based, are they? It's all multiplayer like Fortnite. But I don't know. This is such a fun game. I've got so many good memories of this game.
Yeah, I think Sonic is just a great game, and I've seen Chelsea's comment. Thanks for coming, Chelsea. Saying love Sonic. Used to play on the GameCube. Do any of you guys have a GameCube? I never had one, but they're a great
Oh, I love the GameCube.
remember.
Yeah, I had the GameCube, and it was really good. Played a lot of Sonic games on there. Sonic Adventure 2, I believe it was called. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I love my GameCube. Good console, and I think they were only like 60 quid when they came out, so affordable console as well. Got another comment from Casti. I didn't own a gaming system until I was older, but I played computer games. That's cool, Casti.
Nice.
What games did you play? Let us know in the chat.
Let us know. Let us know. I think I remember playing Sonic actually on the Game Boy SP. That's what it's called.
Yes.
I remember that.
Oh, that was good fun
The
times.
the flip up console.
Yeah, so the Game Boy SP, Sonic's been on loads of different consoles, and that's just one of those great portable consoles which Sonic appeared on multiple games. So yeah, there was loads of Game Boy Advance Sonic games which may come back up into the mix a bit later on. So that was the first game we've ever played. So I want to remove my screen now. The next question is the game that you have the best memories playing. So we're going to go back to you, Jack. What game do you have the best memories playing? What's the most like game where you think of and think, oh, I had a great time playing that game?
So for me, this actually goes back to maybe 2008, 2009. Charlie, you will remember this very well.
Yeah.
But this next game, which is my favorite, is Guitar Hero 3. Has anyone played this
Yeah.
game? Let's say not too retro. I mean, it was on the PlayStation 3, so not that old, but still over 10 years old now.
That's
Now,
crazy.
it is crazy when you think back how old they are now. But one thing I loved about Guitar Hero is just how much fun it was. I can't say I was very good. I remember playing easy for a long time and then gradually moving up to the medium and then getting to hard. I remember, Charlie, you were always expert.
I'd always lose though because you play on the easy one, but not miss any of the notes. But I would like always miss a few, so you would always have me on like the 10 times bloody multiplier.
That's true. I used to beat you, but I can't say we were on very different levels in that sense. But the top song I remember is Slow Ride. I don't remember that song, but that one song reminds you of the game. But for me, it kind of reminds you of just hanging out with your friends. Not that I can actually play guitar for real. And when you think of these games, you think, oh, I wish actually I could play them for real. But obviously, you could pretend to play guitar anyway, which I think was just awesome. And yeah, it was just a fantastic game. Such good fun. If anyone else played Guitar Hero, let us know in the comments if you have any memories of this game. It's going back a few years now, so not the newest of games.
Yeah,
Definitely
I
needs to
absolutely love this game. Sorry, Charlie, go ahead.
I just say it definitely needs to come back.
Yeah, this was one of those amazing games, and I don't know what it was about Guitar Hero 3 that made it so good, but it was just so many great songs on there. They spent a lot of time developing this game, and they had the online mode as well, so you could battle against your friends. I think it was a very unique game, and it is fun as well. So it's yeah, just good fun. We've got a few comments coming through. We've got Casti said, such as free games from cereal boxes like Roller Coaster Tycoon, great game. Candy Lane, never played that. Freddy Fish and Pajama Sam. and also The Sims. So I saw the comment about The Sims, so I've just got Sims up on the screen. I'm going to pop it up here. So
Yeah. I
The
saw
Sims,
Chelsea.
yeah, Sims is amazing.
It's a great game. I saw Chelsea love The Sims as well, and that's actually an amazing game, and still great now. Lots of people still play Sims daily now, and I think they recently just announced a new expansion pack or something. But it's such a brilliant game.
Yeah, so my favorite Sims 1 expansion pack was Making Magic. So if you remember that, let us know in the comments down below. That was great. You learn all different spells. You could potions. You can turn people into frogs. That was just really good, and one of the best games on the PC for its age, definitely. We got a comment from Bethany Dover. Bethany said the iToy was a lot of fun.
Oh, I remember that.
That was a great game. I
That
remember
was
that.
so sick.
So
It was
we'll get up the
it was
iToy actually.
it was almost like the Nintendo Wii before its time, wasn't it? Because I remember it was like
Yeah,
it had like a sense connect, and then you could do all the different actions and things to the
it
camera.
was way ahead of its time, I'd say.
It
So
was.
this is the mode I remember. So you have to fight off the ninjas. They come in and try and attack you in the middle, and you've got to swipe them away. Here's a better photo actually, just down here.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, my brother used to cheat. He used to get like a tissue and go up to the webcam and wipe it, and it used to just automatically get them all. So
That's amazing.
a bit of cheating going on there, but yeah, great, great fun that was for like the whole family. I think that was better than the Wii motion controller, because you're in the screen. It's kind of AR before its time. It was a really good game, and anyone who had a PS2 had to get this game. It was so fun.
It does. It really makes you think now where we are in terms of gaming, and this is almost like the starting point for the kind of where we are now. We saw with Xbox and things doing all these kind of things eventually, but really this was the first real deal in that sense.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack, we'll go back to your Guitar Hero 3. Is there anything else you want to say about the Guitar Hero?
No, it was just an amazing game, and I remember you could also play it in arcades and stuff as well. It wasn't just on the PlayStation; it was on Xbox, and it wasn't too hard to play because you had those different modes. But what was nice about it is you could almost pick a song that you could pretty much find a song that anybody liked, and then it was just a good way to hang out with people. Wasn't necessarily the hardest of games, but it was just so much fun, and I think bringing people together, and yeah, I just think it was just fun. And when I look back at gaming and the things which remember me, what I remember the most, I think that Guitar Hero definitely stands out as one of the main ones. But also other things like I remember Rock Band, where you could play the drums as well. So many different ones.
We've got a new comment coming in. So we got a comment from Tessa. Hi Tessa, thanks for watching. She said I had a Mega Drive. Columns was my favorite. So I believe I heard of Columns before, so I did a quick Google. Let me get it up on screen. So it's kind of like Dr. Robotnik's game. This game, you've probably seen it. Have you seen this game, Charlie?
I have seen this game. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember this.
It's like connecting up the jewels,
yeah.
I believe. I think it's a pretty fun game. There's a few different variants of this game. It's kind of like Tetris. That's what I was trying to say. I believe it's kind of like Tetris, but yeah, it's quite a retro game. Look at the box there. Amazing.
Wow, that's cool.
Bet that goes for a few bob.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Keep your eye out for Sega Mega Drive games. They sell for a lot now.
Yeah,
So,
if anyone has any retro games, look and see how much they're worth. I mean, they might be worth some more than what you think now.
So yeah, Cassidy said like Tetris. Yeah, pretty similar to Tetris by the looks of things. But yeah, it looks a fun game. So Charlie, we're going to go over to you.
Cool.
So best memories playing. So what game have you had the best memories playing?
When I was thinking through like the best memories I immediately actually no. This memory literally came up out of nowhere. I could not believe I actually remember this, because this game I've only played like a few times, but it was with my cousin. He came round. I must have been about 6 years old, and we would have like the family come round, and we'll just sit in front of the TV for like 4 hours and just play multiplayer on James Bond. And it wasn't a great game. Like the maps are, well, 'cause it is quite a dated game. It must, I don't know, 2001, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
So for a PlayStation 2 game, actually no, sure. Wait, when did PlayStation 2 come out? It was around that time, 2001, 2002.
Yeah, it was
I don't.
early 2000s. Yeah.
But yeah, I was very small. So yeah, it's just a very nostalgic game. A lot of memories attached to it. The guns and stuff, I don't think you could aim down sight, so it's one of those types. You could literally fire like 5 bazooka missiles at someone, and it probably wouldn't kill them. But it was just a great, like, a family game back in the day.
Yeah, it's good fun. This is a game that it's going to pop up again later that I'm talking about. But I remember playing it multi-tap. I don't know if you remember. We used to go around a friend's house, Simon's.
Was it this one? Was it the other one?
We played this one. There was a few different James Bonds, but yeah, the James Bond games were great on PS2. Yeah, you're basically James Bond, just going about shooting each other, just playing games. You've got the golden gun, which kills people with one shot if you get on target. Yeah, amazing game.
Yeah, that was good fun. Like, I think it was this one. I can't remember. I swear there was one with like, there was like homing missiles. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't remember which one that was, but yeah, it was a great game. Did any of you guys, Jack? Did you play 007 Agent?
No, I never played it at all. But then I was never a big fan of James Bond, really. So I never played it. It looks like a great game, but yeah, I can't say I've played it myself.
So we got a few comments coming through. Got Casti, Club Penguin, Neopets, and RuneScape. So yeah, they're all PC games, online games. Yeah, Club Penguin, good fun. You used to throw snowballs at people's heads. Neopets, never played Neopets. RuneScape, played a lot of RuneScape. Charlie, I know Charlie as Jack.
I can't believe I didn't think of that for the nostalgic game. That's like my favorite game. Yeah, definitely RuneScape.
RuneScape is a great game. And who remembers Habbo Hotel?
Yeah,
I'd never really played that. Did you, Charlie?
No, I did. I played it like for like 10 minutes, and I was just bored of it because it was just walking around doing nothing.
Yeah, I think that's why I liked it, because it was literally doing nothing pretty much. Like, you were walking around, you just made your own house and
chat room pretty much. I mean, not RuneScape, Abo. RuneScape is just walking around.
Not RuneScape. Cassie just said so that they just relaunched Club Penguin, and I didn't even realize this was a big thing until recently. And I played it, and it's actually quite a bit of fun. I don't know if anyone's played Club Penguin before.
Have they actually relaunched it? Like, is it like an actual release of Disney?
Oh, that was a good question, actually. I think Disney did release it.
Because I saw some dodgy things recently about that. I saw. Did anyone watch Mudahara? He's like some YouTuber who, some ordinary gamer. Have you ever seen his videos?
No, I haven't. What does he do?
Well, he does like gaming videos and stuff of just like random like news and stuff like that. But he did a video on Club Penguin. Like, some people like took the game and just like, it wasn't done by Disney. It was just like done by some random people, and it's like very dodgy stuff going on. Like, Disney did take down a lot of the private servers. So if people are looking to play it, they might not be able to if it's not a Disney release.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that then. Do a bit of research. We got some comments coming through. So we got Change the Words 2 from Rush with Love was the best James Bond game. So yeah, it was a really good game.
Is that the one with Odd Job?
I think that was I don't know if it was included in this one.
I don't know.
Maybe let us know in the comments if that was the one with Odd Job. But yeah, that was a good. I believe we had it on the Xbox. That was a really cool game. It was like third person. And GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. Yeah, GoldenEye, the first James Bond game. That's what started it all off. And that was the first real big first-person shooter kind of game on a console. So I believe it's one of the first 3D first-person shooter games that was ever created. So they got GoldenEye to thank for that. So yeah. So I'm going to go on to my one now. So best memories playing. Slightly different to you guys. So I'm just going to bring it up on screen now when I could see it. Let's have a look. Where is it gone?
I'm interested to know what it is.
Yeah, so it's hiding somewhere. It's on the Game Boy. So you could probably guess what it is from that. Let's have a look. Don't think I've got it open. Won't be a second. So it's Pokemon. That's my main one. So Pokemon Red and Blue. That was the game I most enjoyed playing. Best memories. So everyone had Pokemon back in the day. Charlie, I believe you had Pokemon because we used to trade Pokemon on our Game Boys. I remember back in the day. So I had Pokemon Red and Blue for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, it was a great game. You got to catch all the Pokemon, collect them. The battling system, the way you connected your Game Boy up with another, with your friend's Game Boy and traded the Pokemon across.
I loved how you had to use a wire.
Yeah, you had to use a wire back in the day. No wireless transfers, but yeah, you had the little battles. Zooming on the image. Got it on the original Game Boy.
That's a throwback right there. The Game Boy Color.
Yeah, I loved my Game Boy Color. I can't remember what color I had it in. I think it was like a dark blue I had. I can't remember. Did you two have a Game Boy Color?
I didn't. Was it the Game Boy Advance that came out right
that was my first one as well.
That was my first one as well.
But yeah, Pokemon was just so big. Obviously, the trading card game was out at that time, so everyone was trading the cards. But also, you can go home and play it on your handheld console on your Game Boy Color, so or your original Game Boy. But yeah, that was the first Game Boy I had, a Game Boy Color, and yeah, I absolutely loved this game. And there was always at the start, you picked your starter Pokemon, so there was 3 to pick from. There was Squirtle, Charmander, and what's the other one? Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur. That's it. So there's a few to choose from. I always picked Charmander because I wanted Charizard at the end because he was badass. But yeah, Pokemon, great game.
I have to admit, with the Pokemon cards, I didn't really know much about Pokemon really, but I just brought the cards because everyone else did, and would just swap them, but not really knowing what they actually meant.
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone else did that as well.
I think everyone did.
But yeah, great times. Tanisha said Age of Empire on PC. I've never actually played that.
I love that. I used to play that around my cousin's house on LAN. We used to downstairs computer, Rob's computer in his bedroom, and Dan's computer, and we would Rob. He knew the perfect tactics to just wipe us out every time. But, I never played the game other than when I was around his house, but it was so much fun, even if we did get wrecked.
This was a great game, and it was kind of you just build up your own town, village, and you have to go and mine gold trees, build up your village, and you start building an army, and you can discover new land, and it's just really fun. I could easily play it now and put hours into it. It's just a good fun game. So apparently they just remastered it, so yeah, I'll have to play that because I really enjoyed that game. And Jack, yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's quite a chill game that you can play. I think you can get on most devices now, so they have similar versions on iPhone, like kind of rip off ones, but it's a great game. You just build up your little army. I remember doing the cheats on it.
Yeah, the cheats are great. You could like turn yourself into a car and like spawn like soldiers with like lasers or something.
Yeah, cheats just make games so much more fun.
We're getting quite a few comments going through, so with people with their best memory of gaming. So we've got Nintendogs. Yeah, Nintendogs was really cool if you had a Nintendo DS. So
that was an amazing game. I remember before we actually got a dog, I was playing that game, trying to convince my parents why we should get a dog. So much fun, and you like. Sounds so like not even that great now, but being able to do things like take the dog for a walk or like train it and things like that, it's just so much fun. Oh, is it on the Nintendo Switch? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure actually. No, I think that's just a rumor. I think Sophie would have it. My sister would have it if it was on the Switch.
They'd definitely make a lot of money if they remade it.
Oh yeah, they definitely would.
I wonder if they would. They probably would.
Yeah.
And Picture Chat, was that like the chat thing on the Nintendo DS?
I believe so.
Can't remember Picture Chat.
I think it was like where you could communicate with people on the Nintendo DS.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, look, people spent ages drawing. I used to draw Mario's and send them to people. That's pretty funny. And I remember at school when we went to the gaming club sort of thing, and people in Picture Chat, and you just used to send random things to people and join random groups. That was pretty funny.
That was fun, yeah.
Yeah, that was good fun. Cassidy said Super Mario. Yep, Super Mario, obviously iconic on any of the Nintendo devices. Yeah, I love it. Super Mario. Super Mario 64 was great. But yeah, just the normal Super Mario Bros. Great game.
Yeah, just going back actually on Cassie's comments about Habbo Hotel. So their friend spent her parents' real money on Habbo Hotel. I actually remember doing the same thing.
Wow.
I didn't spend $500 though. I think I spent about maybe £20, not intentionally. It was like when you had to text the number, and then they gave you like a code or something that you put in or something like that. And I remember just wasting money on just, like really things. Like you'd get more money to buy a pretend sofa on Habbo Hotel, and it's like, wow, that's where your money's going.
That's nuts. $500 on Habbo Hotel. I think their parents must have like wanted to cry. Got quite a few viewers in, so if you just joined, hey, welcome to the stream. We're just talking retro gaming. So talking about our favorite retro games, our best memories. We've got a couple of questions we're going through. So if you've got any games that you really enjoy playing, let us know in the chat down below. We'll give you a quick shout out. So we're going to go on to the next question. Next one's quite hard. So it's the hardest game you've ever played. So we're going to start with Jack. What's the hardest game you've ever played?
Hardest game I've ever played. And that is actually a tough question, because most games I play, I give up. And games which I find really hard, I give up a lot more quickly. Which I know doesn't sound great, but that is just what I tend to do. Now I'm just going to get the picture up now. Now I don't know if anyone played this game at all. It's probably a game you'd mostly play if you were in the UK, and I don't even think it was the best game, but it was like almost like the UK's version of GTA. So if anyone can kind of guess what I'm talking about, this game was called The Getaway. And if any of you guys played it. Now the reason I found it hard is because the actual game itself wasn't hard. You know, you could, like GTA, you could go around driving to different things and doing that kind of stuff. But I just remember the levels were so hard to complete, and I just kept failing them every single time. Now, I guess when I think about it, I was only maybe 11 or 12 when I played this game, and looking at it now, I was 18. I probably shouldn't have been playing it, but it was just so much fun, and it was one of the few games which was based in London. So for us, driving the right side of the road, and and it was like a game where you could actually picture the surroundings and things with things that we would see almost on a daily basis. But again, the game itself, like if you could just drive around, then it wasn't that hard. But when you went to complete the levels, then I found it really difficult.
Yeah, Charlie, did you ever play this game?
No, I never heard of this game.
Oh, it's wicked. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, Jack, to be honest. Yeah, it's like GTA based in London. And I think the first scene, it was to do with the wife getting kidnapped. And yeah, it's pretty brutal. You had to kill like loads of people in the first scene. There was a car chase through London, and then you had to kill loads of people in the first one. So yeah, we got a comment just come through from Change the Words too. The getaway was great, especially as you had to dodge the London buses and taxi. It was great fun. Yeah, again, it's setting that in the UK environment. Yeah, you don't see many games set in the UK, so it was just really cool. It's like GTA in the UK. It's quite a brutal game. And yeah, I was quite young playing it as well. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to play it now and see actually what we understand, because at that time you didn't really understand killing and stuff, and actually like the language in the things. So it'd be interesting to go back and see it now and look at that from a different perspective. So just seeing Chelsea's. So Tanisha, sorry, said hardest game, Just Dance. That's actually a good one. I can't say I'm the best at Just Dance. Lots of fun, but it is actually a really hard game. If any of you guys have played it.
Yeah, I kind of struggle playing that. I want to say that I'm okay at dancing, but when it comes to that, I just can't get the high points. I always get beaten. I always get beaten. Sorry. So yeah, I struggle with Just Dance. I don't know about you, Carly. Have you played Just Dance?
I haven't, no, but for any dancing game, you can't beat the old Dance Dance Revolution games, or Evolution.
Yeah,
They were amazing. That's probably one of my favorite nostalgic games as well, because you could get that on PlayStation 1 with the little plug-in dance mat and just like dance in front of your TV. That was great.
Charlie, I'm surprised you've never played Just Dance.
I think I might have played it once, like at a New Year's party, but it's just I don't find it as fun as the old like Arrow like dance mat games. Yeah, so much fun.
Definitely said hardest game FIFA. Yeah, if you're not into football, it is. I think Charlie, do you find FIFA hard?
Yeah, I find it hard because everyone else knows how to play football.
I play it too much.
I feel like that with FIFA as well. Whenever we play with any of our friends, I'm always one who loses. And there's been times when I've lost like 10-0 to some friends playing FIFA.
Yeah, Jack, you get ripped, and so do you, Charlie, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Charlie, we should have a fair FIFA game. I feel like we
would do all right together.
Yeah,
like, we wouldn't know who would win.
To see that you two play FIFA. I think that'd be funny. Chelsea said, "I have the hardest time playing sports games like FIFA and NHL." Yeah, again, yeah, sports games. Yeah, people like tend to struggle playing sports games. There, if you don't know the controls or haven't played it a lot, the other person can absolutely whip you at the game. So don't feel too hard but done by.
What NHL games are there? I don't think I've ever actually played an NHL game before, so that'll be interesting to see.
Are the basketball ones, like basketball?
No, that's NBA. I think it's like the hockey, like ice hockey.
Ice hockey one. Yeah, Marek likes to play the NHL. I play that with Marek, and he normally beats me at that game because I just don't get it. So, so there we go.
I need to really watch our ice hockey game one day. One day.
Yes, Dance resolution. Yeah, and Bethany said the dance mat was great. Cool. Yeah, it was a good fun, but again, I wasn't very good at it. I'll just break a sweat. But I would never get the high score.
Do you remember you kind of get the similar things in the arcades as well, like the dance mats?
Yeah, people are really good at that. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. But yeah, I think the flimsy one at home. I had a Disney dance game on the PS1. That was pretty cool. It was like the Disney songs.
Yeah,
that's probably why you didn't like it.
That's pretty cool. Right, let's move on. So hardest game. Charlie, what was the hardest game you have ever played?
All right,
in the retro gaming.
So the hardest game I played was Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku. It was it was an RPG game, but at the time I had no idea. Like I don't know, I was probably about 8 when I got this game, I think, and you would literally get thrown straight into the game without like. I don't think they gave you any instructions of what you needed to do, and if it did, I probably just didn't read them because I was A at the time. But yeah, so in the first bit where you started, like you had a bunch of like random animals around. You had to go like look around and find items and stuff. And any monster you would come across would literally like one hit you. And that was straight like at the beginning of the game. But you had to like somehow kill all these monsters like over and over again until you could level up to progress to the next area. And it went all the way up to about I don't know if I could say the Freezer Saga, but not many people are going to know what that is.
I know what that is, yeah. I got you.
So it was quite a short game, but it was quite fun. Sort of.
I remember you having this game, Charlie. And then I saw you playing it on the Game Boy. How'd you play that? But it just looked a bit too confusing. I didn't personally own
confusing.
It, yeah,
I do have another game actually as well. I picked was this one, Super Mario Advance. This game was one of the only games on like Advance that I actually like tried my best to like really beat. But if for like a kids game, it was quite difficult. Like compared to the other Marios, like I swear I was able to beat the other Marios, but this one, like I would get halfway through and there was like levels with like these flying masks that would like fly around the screen, and you only had like a very short amount of time to be able to like go through the level and like get the key and stuff before the mask would come and get you, and I could just never get through it. I'd have to get my brother to help me, and then my save got corrupt because some kid saved over it.
Oh, no. That's always the worst when you let someone borrow your game and then they just wipe the save. They just save over it, and you're like, "Oh!"
I remember back in the day with memory cards and things, and you think how small they were now, but they were so easy. It was so easy for you to replace things very quickly and you to lose different things. And so many times you had those instances where you'd be playing a game and then you just lost it and then had to start it again. Did anyone else had that kind of experience playing games?
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, because you go back to it and then, or you accidentally deleted it and you go back into it and you think, oh, where has it gone? Yeah, you were so lucky.
Yeah.
Like, games are auto-save now. So, yeah, they were good picks there with the hardest game, Charlie.
Cheers.
So I'm going to get mine up on the screen now. The hardest game I've ever played was Comic Zone on the Sega. Now,
I remember that game.
Ooh, that's an old.
This game was again another retro game. So a few viewers may not have played this game, but basically you're inside a comic book and there's a lot of challenges and you have to jump from square to square like you're in a comic book. It's kind of puzzles involved and fighting, but your health, like if you got hit a couple of times, you're dead. That was it. That was game over, and then you would have to start all again. And it was such a pain. So if I go through the different screens, I've got a couple of screenshots of what it's like in game. It was very difficult. I never got past. Never got far in the game, especially as it's a Sega game. If you die, it just starts back over again. So it's like comic book style. You had little like weapons and stuff you can put down, but it's kind of solving the puzzle. You had to like jump over stuff. You had to knock off barriers. It was a really cool game, but difficult. I don't know. I tried to play it again recently, but still couldn't beat it. So quite a difficult game back in the day.
Yeah, a lot of people like the hard games like this. Like people play like Diablo and stuff. Any kind of game though where you have to really like put a lot of time and effort into remembering what you need to do so you can progress through to the end. It's just a real challenge, and like it's good to like give yourself a challenge.
Yeah. So if any of you guys in the live chat played any hard games, if there's one game that you got really stuck on, let us know in the chat and we can quickly give that a shout out. We got a new comment through from Change the Words 2. One of the hardest games I played was Cyborg Justice on the Mega Drive. Yes, Ben, that was a really hard game. I'll bring that up because that's a game that I loved and it's worth talking about. I don't know if either of you played it. I think Charlie, you might have played it around my house when we were
Maybe.
younger. I'll bring it up on screen. So basically, this game, you're a robot, and you could play like 2-player. It's pretty cool. You could play 2-player campaign, and you're this robot, and you go through these zones. But at the end of the zone, there's always like this massive gap you have to jump over, and unless you like press the right combinations to do this jump, you just fall down the pit and die. And there's always these missiles coming across, so you have to make sure you jump. But these robots can like send missiles at their arm, or you can pull off each other's arms. It's a really cool game, and I absolutely love this game. If they made a remake of this, I'd definitely buy it. It was just good fun. You make your own robot and just fight other robots. Can't get better than that.
Fun.
Yeah, so I think that will do for the hardest game. Yeah, definitely got some great memories playing this game. But if we move on to the next section, which is the best handheld console that you ever owned or played on. So, Jack, what is the best handheld console you've ever owned?
Well, for me, this is a easy one. So let me just get the picture up on screen now. I've actually found one the other day when I was going through some old things, and I need to try and find a charger for it. But of course, it is the great PlayStation Portable, the PSP. I'm not sure if anyone else has had one before. If you have, let me know. For me, I think the PSP was one of the best portable devices you could ever have. And although you had things like Game Boy, in terms of graphics, nothing quite beat this for the time. I remember it came out, and I think either 2005 or 2006. And I remember playing GTA. It was one of the first games I actually played in it. And it was amazing to play this game, but have such high quality graphics for the time. And it almost felt like a PlayStation, but you could take it anywhere. And I think that was the most amazing thing about it. Now, one of the other things I really remember is, let me just get another picture up, is the fact that you could buy almost like DVDs for it, which is called the UMD disc. So it wasn't only a gaming device, but it was also like a DVD player. And this is a time when portable DVD players were kind of out and were quite big. But it's the fact that you could do all that in one device. And I think for the time, it was by far one of the best devices I've ever used. In terms of where PSP went after, I guess they eventually kind of died out after a while, but kind of going back to this time, it was such a good device. And as much as I liked Nintendo, nothing quite had the same impact for me as what the PSP did.
Yeah, I think the PSP stood out in the market, and it was like, well, you can get this type of graphics and gameplay on a handheld. I think that was a game changer. And I mean, the Switch, if you look at that now, that's amazing. But back in the day, the PSP was kind of like, wow, I've got a PlayStation in my pocket. You never thought that was going to be a thing. I remember my brother getting one of the first PSPs that was released. It's actually a Japanese model, so the X and circle was reversed on the home screen, so it's quite confusing at the time. But I used to share that with him. A game that we played, I can't remember the name. It was like something ape, and you used to catch the apes. That was really cool. That was a good game. Yeah, you had a PSP as well, didn't you, Charlie?
Yeah, I love the PlayStation Portable. I was actually going to say the PlayStation Portable for my favorite console as well. But yeah, it's so cool that you could have like use like the internet browser on it and stuff. That was probably my favorite thing with it. Just because like when I was a kid, I didn't have a computer until I was like, I don't even know, I can't. But I didn't have a computer like until after I had before I had a PSP first, so it was just cool to be able to like go on Google and stuff, and watch movies. Like I did try and download stuff, like and put them on like the memory card, but the memory card I had was only like 50 megabytes or something, really low. Couldn't really use it for much other than the saves. But yeah, that's what it was like back then. It's like you didn't have much memory on memory cards.
Yeah, so We got a few comments coming through. We got Casti. She said Game Boy Advance SP was my jam. Yeah, the SP was a great device. You can close it up. It's really portable, and it just played all the Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color, and the original Game Boy games. So it was a really good console, and yeah, I think it was pretty affordable at the time as well.
Yeah, it was pretty good price. I swear it was like what, 150, maybe 200.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
These portable devices that everyone used to take everywhere with them, on like little trips, like when you go away on school trips or you went on holiday with your family. It's great that you could take these gaming devices with you and just enjoy the time. So let's have a look what else we've got. Bethany Dover, the DS Lite, show my age. Yeah, the DS was really cool. Lots of games on there. Again, you mentioned Nintendogs earlier, Mario, Mario Kart as well. I saw a comment, someone saying Mario Kart. That was cool. We've got another comment. Jack, do you want to read that one?
Yeah, this is from Karen G. Says all this chatting's make me want to buy a new console. I mean, what console would you buy, Karen? Really good question there. But yeah, so many amazing consoles that we've been using, which does really make you appreciate how much gaming's come along over the time. Bethany has said about Brick Breaker, again, an incredible game. I think we've all played Brick Breaker at times.
Yep.
Sam, I know you've played it before as well.
Oh yeah, this is Brick Breaker. That links back to one of our videos that we did on a BlackBerry flip phone, which had Brick Breaker on it. So if you haven't watched that review, make sure you go and check out that after this live stream. We did a video on a BlackBerry phone, and Brick Breaker was on there, and it's just an iconic game. It was good fun.
We did, and it actually reminded you of how much fun some of those old games on phones were. And although we have so many good games now on phones, actually, when you look back in the day when BlackBerry were so big and all these other devices, they were just so much fun, but also so simple games as well, which I think is what made them so great.
So, Charlie, I know you said you were going to say the PSP as well. Did you have any other images or anything else to say about the PSP?
I haven't got any images, but yeah, the PSP, definitely one of the best handheld consoles. The Game Boy Advance was great because there was always someone you knew that had one that you could play games with. The DS was amazing for playing Mario on, like Mario Kart, because you didn't even have to have the game. You could literally just share like the game lobby with the people around you, and you could have like up to like 20 people in one game. That was great.
Yeah,
it was a great device, and they tried to release the PS Vita, and that was just a massive flop because of the memory card and unnecessary touchscreen on there. It was quite an expensive device, and they just didn't have many games for it. I think if they had more games, it would have been good. But the memory card, they make it. It was just a Sony own memory card. You couldn't put a micro SD card in it, so it was really expensive for the memory, and it was like small amount of memory. It just absolutely killed the console.
I guess as well now, like when you look at PSP and when it came out, it was before the times of the smartphones, I guess. And now smartphones have almost, and even things now, they're like Nintendo Switch, and other devices, but so many other things now. There's so much more competition, which I guess at the time it was so groundbreaking that now it's almost there's so much more things that you could buy, which are often better.
So my best handheld console that I've ever owned or played was probably the Game Boy Advance. I've just got quite a lot of memories with this console as well, just because, like I mentioned with the SP, you can use this to actually play the Game Boy Advance game, Game Boy Color, and the original Game Boy games. So it had that backwards compatibility with the old games, and so did the DS actually. So but I just remember this being a console where I was like, cool, I can play all these new Game Boy Advance games and my old games. I think this is great. And I got on screen there a couple games that I really enjoyed with this console. So we've got Mario Kart. That's a really small image. Got Mario Kart there. If you remember Mario Kart, let us know in the chat. And what character would you always pick? So I'd pick either Mario or Waluigi. Yeah, he's a pretty funny character. So yeah, he used to pick them. Spy Kids 3D, that was a good game on the Game Boy Advance. Did either of you two play that game?
I never
I
played.
think I played yours.
Was it actually in 3D as well? Like, how did the 3D work? Did you have like glasses which you had to wear?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been 3D
Yeah,
unless it was shitty graphics.
Yeah, there was a bit of 3D in it actually, with the blue and red glasses that you put on. I think it was just
Really?
images. Yeah, there was. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
It looks like to me. Do you remember that film? I think it was like Shark Boy and Lover Girl.
yeah.
That 3D film. Just by looking at the cover, that's the first thing it reminds me of.
I think that was like a knockoff of it, like afterwards. I think that came out just afterwards. But Sky Kids was an amazing movie, and the game was pretty fun. To be fair, I don't think it was like the best game, but I just remember playing it. Sonic Advance 2, great game. Super fun. The soundtrack was really good on it, and then just all these different games. You may recognize some of these. So there's a lot of Disney games. I remember Shrek. That was a bit weird on the Game Boy Advance, but they were good. You just had all these different games. They're quite affordable at the time as well, and you could pick them up from car boots and just play a new game and take it on the go with you.
I've just seen as well. So Tanisha has just said about the Game Boy Advance SP is one of her favorite portable games as well. I guess very similar to the Game Boy Advance. But so many great games on those devices. I mean, I will still admit I preferred PSP to the Nintendo the Game Boy Advance. But I look at these games now. I remember playing Harry Potter, and it was just such a great game. I don't remember too much about it. I think it was the original one or the Philosopher's Stone. They had a game on that. But yeah, lots of fun. But actually, people in the audience, what games did you play on the Game Boy Advance as well?
Kathy said I played a SpongeBob game on the Game Boy. That's cool. Yeah, SpongeBob.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I had that as well, and The Sims. Yeah, I remember playing Sims on it. I wasn't very impressed. I thought it was rubbish.
I was just going to think that I didn't realize Sims actually made games for Game Boy Advance. It'll be interesting.
Very difficult. Yeah, very difficult for them to do that. To make something that's actually fun playing.
Monkey Ball. I never actually played Monkey Ball.
Monkey Ball was so good. I had that on. I played it on Dreamcast. That was sick because you're just like you're like in a monkey in a ball going down a ramp and trying not to fall off the edge.
That sounds difficult. And yes, The Sims 2. I think I played The Sims 2 on the Game Boy Advance, and I wasn't really that impressed with it. But Mario and Sonic and Pokemon and stuff on the Game Boy, that was just quite iconic, and everyone used to play it. So it's good fun. Bethany said I had Dogs on the Game Boy. Again, just another great game. Easy to play. Just pick up and play whenever. That's what I liked about this console. And you could just put, if they've run out of battery, you just put AA batteries back into the back of it. It just worked. Cassie said, it was Sims 2 on the Game Boy. I wasn't that impressed with the game, but again, there's loads of games came out. Shrek was a weird one on there.
I'd love to see what it was like. Actually, I found that really interesting just to see, because I didn't even realize that Sims was on the Game Boy at all.
Let's bring it up on the screen. I'm going to bring it up because I just thought this isn't Sims. Is this really weird? Let's click it. Here we go. So it was quite strange. I mean, it just looks like blocks on there. That was it. That was the cover. I remember that. But I thought, what is this? This ain't Sims. It's a strange one. But
how the hell they managed to do that? I don't know.
Yeah, the PC version of Sims is a lot better, for sure.
It doesn't look that bad though. Just by looking at pictures, it looks okay.
Bethany said, "Shrek is love, Shrek is life." Yep, that's true.
Shrek is great.
Cassie said it was weird and hard, and the PC was way better. There we go. Proves my point. Thank you. But yeah, that I think that's covers the handheld consoles. Gonna move on now. We're gonna move on to best multiplayer game. So, Jack, did you have an answer for this question?
Yep. So I've got one. It's quite a quick one, really. But the one I've got, it's actually, Charlie, another game which I think I remember playing mostly with you, actually. A game.
Oh,
Yeah.
good game.
All I really remember with this game is just pressing different buttons very quickly to try and win. So it was like two people fighting. I think it was a Japanese game, if I'm correct. And it was literally, you would just press different buttons and do different moves, and the winner would, of course, win, and the loser would say like KO or something like that. But yeah, it was just a fun game to play with everybody. And the fact that it was 2-player, it was easy to play with other people. But again, it was just lots of fun, and there wasn't too much really to the game, I don't think, because I only really played it in a multiplayer. But yeah, it was just fun. I mean, Sam, did you play that game at all as well?
I love Tekken. I played a lot of Tekken. So started off with Tekken 3. That was the first Tekken I got. That was the first game I got with my PS1 for Christmas one year with me and my brother. We shared the console, and absolutely love Tekken. It's great. Never was a big fan of Street Fighter, but Tekken I just absolutely loved. Is the combos. Jin was one of my favorite characters. And Martial Law, he was really cool. I know Charlie loves Tekken as well.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of this game. Like, I also started with Tekken 3. Tekken Tag Tournament was a great game as well.
Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite ones, though.
Another game that a lot of people had, and you could always go around the house and play with. It's one of the best original multiplayer games. It's so much fun.
I think that's what I liked about it. It wasn't even the game itself, but it was just the fact that almost everybody had it, and you could just go to anybody's house and play it. And because it was an easy game, it didn't take too long either. So if you had more than 2 people, it was really easy to play, which is what for me makes it such a great multiplayer game.
Yeah, literally, especially when like no one actually played it properly and learnt the combos. It was literally just button mash central.
Yeah, I think now me and Charlie play it, and we've got characters that we know we can like boss it with. Like I can use this character called Bob, and he's really fat, but his stomach just absolutely like
I can't beat you with him.
He's really big, but his speed like is so quick. So there's some really overpowered characters now which people are, there's no fun playing online. People are too good online, but it's one of these games where you can just pick up and play. Like you don't even need to know how to play the game, you just press loads of buttons and have a bit of fun with.
And if I recall, that's mostly what I did. I would play it, and especially at the start, I would just be pressing random buttons, and actually often I would still win the game, even by pressing random buttons. So it would take you a while to figure out exactly what did what. But again, it was an easy game just to pick up as you're playing, which for a multiplayer game, I think is so good because you don't want to spend time learning how to play a game if it's a quick multiplayer game.
Yeah, we got a couple of comments coming through. We got one saying Super Mario Bros on the Wii. Yeah, that was a good multiplayer game. You can join in with other people to complete the levels. That's pretty fun. Everyone enjoys Mario. Yeah, there's no age limit on Mario, so yeah, it's great fun. Bethany said Worms. Yeah, Worms is a great game. Jack, have you ever played Worms?
No, I haven't. What is Worms? I was about to ask that actually.
Really?
I've never played it. I'm googling it as we speak because when I Google it, though, it comes up with an actual worm. So let's not look at that.
I'll bring it up on screen. So you got Worms the game. So basically you're these little worms, you're on a little island and you have weapons. So you can have a couple of worms on your team, and the aim of the game is to destroy the other worms before they destroy you. And it's pretty fun. You get some ridiculous weapons. Like there you go, there's a worm in a helicopter just killing all the other teammates. And on the original one, there's maps like this where the water would rise up, so you'd have to go to the higher level before the water killed you. Again, it's been on like pretty much every console. It's one of those timeless games. It's great fun, and I definitely need to download Worms again. Charlie, do you enjoy playing Worms?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun playing that back in the day. PlayStation 1, Armageddon. Yeah, that Worms Armageddon was a good one.
Yeah, that was great. Do you remember the 3D one that I had?
I sort of remember it. Like,
that was great. That was one of the best Worms I've ever played. This
I don't
one,
think we played it that much though. I don't remember playing.
I used
Hogs
to
of
play
War.
this a lot on Xbox. Hogs of War, yeah, same
Mm.
sort of game. Yeah, that was like a 3D kind of Worms. But yeah, great fun, that game. We've got a couple more comments. Got another one from Casti. Super Mario Kart for multiplayer. Even better now with drinking game. Finish your drink, but you can't drink and drive. So yeah, Mario Kart. Everyone knows Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart Wii was the best Mario Kart that came out.
That was a great game. So much fun. If actually looking back, then the Nintendo Wii generally was a great console, something which I always kind of forget about when I think of game consoles, but that really was at the time a great console with things like Wii Sports, and all those different things. But I miss the Nintendo Wii.
I've always struggled to enjoy Mario Kart because of the blue shell. Like you
Oh,
can't be in the lead. It's a way around it. Just stay behind the front first person. You just got to just like take it right at the end. But
yeah, it's frustrating.
I get so angry at that
game. If you guys watching now are enjoying this live stream, do us a massive favor and hit the thumbs up button. It really helps out the channel and gets the video out there. So if you're enjoying the stream, please hit that thumbs up. And thanks for watching, guys. We're having a really good time here. We've got a couple more questions to go through, so loving the interaction. So yeah, let's carry on. I believe, Jack, we just looked at your best multiplayer game. So Charlie, what's your best multiplayer game?
Do you know what? I might have picked like one that you've picked, because it's similar to the one of the games I picked earlier. It was 007 Nightfire.
Yep.
We had a lot of good memories playing this game.
This is exactly the same game as I picked.
Oh, that's good. It means we can both. It just means we could talk about it longer. But yeah, so yeah, we literally just like go around our friend's house back in like 2005 or when it was, sit in front of the TV, was it the multi? What would you call the multi?
It was multi-tap, the multi-link. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and Simon and Oliver, they were the only ones who had one, so it was the four-way multiplayer. So we both go around, and they're two brothers, and they were playing as well. So we go around and we play four-way split on their TV. So we're pretty close to the TV, all sitting on the carpet playing it. But we used to have so much fun and like spend hours doing it, didn't we?
Yeah, this is definitely like one of the most fun multiplayer games we've ever played. Like, because like you don't get this like the same experience unless you're, because like with games nowadays, like it's either you don't get that four-way screen, do you? It's like you have to have other TVs set up because it's split screen isn't really a thing anymore.
Yeah,
LAN
parties are different. Yeah, now.
What did you guys think of like the 4-player split screen? Did you like it or find it quite difficult to play?
It's a shame that you really had like a very small screen to look to play the game on, but it was just all you had back then. That's all it was. At the time, it was so much fun.
It worked at the time, didn't it?
Yeah, it did work.
You're so immersed in the game, you didn't really think about that. Like, I just remember when there was one less person playing, there'd be two screens at the top split, and then the bottom screen was normally a big one. So you always want to be that third player who got the bigger screen at the bottom because you had a bigger split. Yeah. So I always try to be that third player, and you have like a cheeky advantage of the other two. But I think, looking back at it, we didn't care like at all about the split screen. We'd rather go around and like have that experience of gaming, and like being next to each other playing them games, then doing it virtually, like doing it over the internet, is a completely different experience. And
It
it's a
is,
shame
yeah.
that kids nowadays, they experience it to a certain extent if they're playing on a game console like a Wii, or playing FIFA next to each other. But there's not many games now that you think, right, I'm going to go around my mate's house and play that with him. It's more like you just play online, and you miss that whole social experience of playing multiplayer on one screen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. This was a good game though. Like all the cool little gadgets or they added to it. Like I swear there was like a helicopter that you could fly around. Was it? Did that explode when you got near people? I can't remember. Or was it that was just a spy cam?
Yeah, so
There
if
was
I share my screen, I've actually got
yeah,
got this
you
up.
do.
So yeah, here's the cover of it. So yeah, it's just a great game, and as you can see on one of the screenshots on the back, it's actually showing the 4-player, 4-screen multiplayer, and yeah, it's great fun. This game, you, like on the snow map, and your odd job, and you had your hat, and you could chuck it across the map and hit someone in the head with that with a hat and kill them.
Such a good game.
I wonder what this would be like to play now, actually.
I played through the single player about a few months ago, and that was a lot of fun. It's surprisingly easier than what I remember.
Do you still have a PS2, Charlie?
There's the snow map.
I don't know, but I do emulate games on the PC.
Yeah, I think maybe we should do that. We should have an evening where we just play some games, like retro games. I think that would be good fun, and we could even record it and put on the channel, just like some highlights.
When I was clearing my my house the other day, I actually saw an old PS2, so I should definitely try and get that out and see what games I've still got.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you should get out, and then we could do a video looking back at what games. And I've just put all the James Bond games, because I think they're wicked. Apart from the Quantum of Solace ones, I've never played that.
Nah.
But yeah, all the other James Bond games. From Russia with Love, that's third person. That was a really good game. Really enjoyed that. But yeah, Nightfire for the multiplayer. You can't really knock it. Yeah, great fun. And anyone who's played GoldenEye, they would say that's one of their favorite games as well. Just good fun. You're James Bond. Like, what's not to love? So yeah, I think that's the best multiplayer game. Most underrated game. Now, I kind of struggled with this one. I didn't really know what to put. Do you guys have any answers for this?
No, I've got one. Yeah, mine's, I don't know in terms of underrated. It's just old. Well, not too old, but a game which we've actually spoke about a lot tonight. And I know that people hopefully would have played this game. But this game is, let me just get it up now, The Sims Busting Out on the PS2.
Oh, yeah. I love that game.
So I don't know if anyone played this game before, obviously let us know what you think. It was just so much fun, I found. And I didn't realize part of the game was about repossessing items that unpaid rent. When I was looking into it, and at the time I didn't see that. All I saw was just the fun being able to customize a house. I remember when going back in the game, and it was quite outdated. Like when you think about it now, it had like the blue, like the almost like the kind of blue and white stripe kind of patterns. And of course, Sims has got so much better since. But I remember just being able to design your own house and change all the bits and have almost like unlimited money was just so much fun. And just being able to design yourself. I mean, lots of people who play Sims now, let us know what you think about this game or if you've ever played it. But yeah, that's my most underrated. Probably not underrated, but a game which I would say is underrated from my childhood.
Yeah, I absolutely loved this game, Jack. I had this game, and yeah, it was great. You could like it was kind of more like a Sims story mode, and you had like you yourself up, and then you went into a penthouse, and yeah, it was a pretty crazy game, but yeah, great fun. Charlie, did you ever play this game?
No, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Oh, yeah, it was a wicked game. It's definitely if you play it back now, you might think, "What the hell was that?" But yeah, great game. Charlie, what was your underrated game?
So my one was motocross. So it was this one here, Championship Motocross. This
No,
game, I don't know. Does underrated? Does it need to be timeless, like so it can play it now and have like fun, or is it just like underrated back in the day? Because
I
I
suppose,
did.
yeah, it's either or really. If it's back in
Yeah.
the day, then it like people, it was unknown of back in the day, and obviously I haven't heard of it. And Jack, have you heard of it?
No, I mean, it doesn't look it doesn't even look familiar actually at all. So I think underrated is probably a good game to put in an underrated section that neither of us have heard of.
So yeah, literally just a motocross racing game. It was a really fun game just because you could just mess around on some levels, just like trying to get high score on jumps and stuff, do tricks. That the best thing about it was just being able to do tricks during races and get like just trying to beat your own scores. Like at the time I was only young, so I didn't really care about that. But it was a really fun game. Like same with like the Rallycross game. A lot of people know the Rallycross one though.
Yeah, I've heard of the Rallycross one before, but yeah, I've never actually seen that game, so it's quite interesting to see that. I've got a game actually. I've just thought of this game. It's on the Nintendo Wii, so it's more of a recent game. But I used to play this game quite a lot when I went round my friend's Harry's house. So this is Mario Strikers Charge Football. So it was a football game, but with Mario characters, and it was pretty insane. It was you had to do quick passing to players. You could pick your team captain. So obviously this is Mario, and you had a few players, and each one of your players had like a special move, and then at some point in the game you get like a super shot, and you have to time it right for this shot to just like absolutely smash the back of the net. And it was quite an intense game. There was like random things would happen in the pitch, like lightning strikes would come down, stuff would happen to your players, and it was actually a really hard game. Actually, this was probably up there with one of the hardest games to play, but I would say it's definitely underrated. It's good fun, yeah. And there's like you become like Super Mario, where you become massive and you absolutely pelt the ball. Again, just being a fan of football, I suppose it was just good fun, but it was just chaos on the pitch at all times. And yeah, myself and Harry played hours. Like every time I go around this house, we like play this like non-stop.
It looks very different to FIFA, Sam, looking at that.
Yeah, it is quite different. But yeah, it is a fun, just a fun game.
I'm really surprised they haven't brought it back.
They had it on the GameCube, and then they put it on the Wii, and yeah, they should just put it on the Switch, just do a port, and I'm pretty sure people would buy it because it's quite a unique game.
I can imagine that doing quite well, actually, like today.
Yeah, especially with all the new FIFAs. I swear FIFA gets worse every year. People need a change.
Yeah, I mean, if they brought this back, I'll probably play this over FIFA, to be fair. But Bethany said SingStar underrated. So there's one SingStar which is the best. Obviously, it's
Sam, I think I can see where this is coming already. For your favorite one, yes.
So
I thought that was coming.
Yeah, so this one. This is the best.
If anyone doesn't know who Take That is, they are a old boy band from the 90s. I would say not that great, but of course, if you ask Sam, Sam would think very differently to what I think. But they had some good songs. They produced some good stars. I think Robbie Williams is still pretty famous now. And actually, Shine, the song Sam's got up on there. To be fair, it's a good song. But I actually remember Sam playing this at your house, I think, when we were younger.
Yeah, I got it for some reason. I just thought, oh yeah, it's great. I want to get that. I had it on PS3, and that was the only SingStar I had. I think my little sister had High School Musical SingStar, so
that'll be good. I would love a High School Musical one. Just get that now. Like
that was pretty funny, but yeah, I mean, SingStar, there you go. But I think that's going to wrap it up pretty much for today. So I hope everyone enjoyed the live stream. If anyone's got any other games they quickly want to shout out or say that they enjoyed,
I've just seen Tanisha's
now.
put Shrek 2 on the PS2. I don't know if we mentioned
right.
that yet.
Shrek 2, so we can have a look at Shrek 2. I played this actually on the PS2, so again, yeah, that was a pretty cool game. Yeah, it's Shrek, a donkey. I remember it now. I couldn't really remember too much, but yeah, there's the 4-player co-op where you're on one screen. It's pretty good for the time, to be fair. And who doesn't love Shrek? I mean, Shrek is great fun. Charlie, did you ever play this game?
No, I didn't. I didn't have this one.
Oh, sorry, the screen went up there. There we go. You got Shrek there.
I've seen videos on it though. Like I watched Only Plays play it, and it did look pretty funny.
Yeah, it is just a funny game. I think that, like, when you're going back to retro games, you don't want a game that's like boring and hard to play. You want a fun,
yeah,
one that you can mess about in and just have a good laugh with your friends. So, but yeah, I think they should definitely somewhere should open locally that lets you play retro games in, like, groups where they got all the old consoles set up. I think that would be really cool. There was something like that.
That would be a cool business idea.
Yeah.
So I think that's all for today's live stream. So Charlie, thanks for coming on the stream. I hope you
enjoyed.
enjoyed.
Have me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Charlie.
That's right.
And thanks everyone for watching. We really appreciate it, and all the comments as well have just been amazing. It's been great to hear what all you guys think, and all the games you guys have played as well, and so many games we haven't heard of, which you will have again, which is brilliant.
Yeah, I had a really good time going over some retro games and going down memory lane. So hopefully you guys had good fun looking at the old retro games. I mean, this is a scratch in the service. We could do another one where we just talk about PS1 games or just PS2 games. I mean, there's so many games to talk about. I had plenty of great times playing with friends and family on different games. So it's just great to look back and think, oh, actually, I had a really good time playing that. And it kind of triggers other memories as well. So hope you guys really enjoyed the live stream, and we had some good fun as well.
Good time. Yeah, thanks everyone. If you're not already, subscribe to our channel, TechFusions, and we're producing some more videos coming up soon. So we've got one on a replica iPhone, and Sam, you're going to be doing one soon on a iPhone SE using in 2020. And then we've got some electric scooter bikes coming out soon as well. So lots of different videos coming up. So if you're not already, subscribe to our channel and check out all the different things we are doing.
If you enjoyed this live stream, please hit the thumbs up button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Charlie, do you want to give a shout out to any of your social media channels or any of your YouTube channels? Feel free to do so.
That's right. Yeah, I'll leave that for next time, I think.
So Charlie's working on a couple things. So if there's something he wants us to promote, we'll probably put in the description down below. So check out there. We've got our social medias as well.
And Charlie has had some great YouTube channels in the past. I would say some of them are still good, Charlie. So you should definitely go back onto them. We've got some great.
Maybe I will. Yeah. Some have to be left and forgot though.
Aaron said, thanks guys, enjoyed the stream. Thank you for watching. Hope you really enjoyed the stream. It's great having you. Thanks for taking part. We love doing this, so it's great to see people watching and interacting with the live stream.
Yep, thanks everyone. We really do appreciate it, and it's been so nice to hear everyone's comments and to hear what you guys think and all the different games you've played as well. I think it's definitely taught us a lot as well. And again, it's just been nice to talk to everybody. And thanks.
Yeah, if there's any topics you'd like us to cover in these live streams, please put in the comments down below. Or if there's any retro games you'd like us to venture back into and play, I think that'd be a fun thing to do on the channel as well. Just something slightly different.
We've actually got I've got an old PS2 and PSP, so we need to try and get those back working and see what games there are.
Yep. All right. We're going to sign off now. So thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Again, thanks Charlie for taking part, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye now.